Staff Force officer Derrick McManus was on a routine job to arrest a known fraudster, Tony Grosser. What eventuated was, and still is, South Australia's biggest siege. Within minutes of arriving, McManus was gunned down. Over the next 40 hours, 2,000 rounds were fired.
The sound of gunfire was exploding in my ears. I was taking a serious look at the possibility of death, and I was scared. When I'm on stage and I tell people that I've been shot 14 times, you can see them immediately sit up and take notice. From that point forward, I have their total engagement. When we face our greatest challenges and changes in our lives, we essentially have just two choices. And the first choice is to fight for what it is that we want most in life at that particular time. Everyone needs a reason to fight when the going gets tough. When I was lying on the ground for 3 hours, that reason for me was to get back to my children. And that gave me the focus and the determination to fight to live. Lots of people just focus on the challenges of life and forget the opportunities. But it's how we respond to both that determines our future. That's how we build an attitude of true optimism. And it still makes me smile that I can have people cracking up laughing at me being shot 14 times. And the thought that ran through my head was I'd better not shoot myself in the foot because the guys at work would never let me live it down for the rest of my life. You can just imagine you get shot 14 times and then you shoot yourself as well. I survived and thrived through my challenges because I set myself up physically, mentally and emotionally for durability. And I don't just theorise about these things, I live them as much as I can. I think one of the biggest problems that we have, and we were discussing this just a little bit earlier, is that the hardest thing we have to deal with in life is ambiguity. That not knowing what's the right thing to do, not knowing that if we do this, what's going to happen next. And so we need to take as much of the ambiguity out of life as we possibly can. When you make a choice, you want an outcome. And once we know what that outcome is, we need to check back. Am I making the right choice to get this outcome? I never disregard risk, seriousness, or importance. I do some really risky things in my life, but I see myself as a risk manager, not a risk taker, and that's a very clear distinction for me. If we prepare ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally for the challenges in our lives, any challenges, then we can create outcomes by design. Rarely are events in our lives merely good luck or bad luck. We create luck in our life if we choose to do so. When I've engaged and entertained an audience and inspired them to believe in their capacity to achieve more, that's when I know that my job as a speaker has been done. My name is Derrick McManus. I'm a speaker, an author, a facilitator and an MC, and I look forward to working with you at your next event.